If you're a physical therapy practice owner wanting to grow rapidly in 2022, you need to hear this. With recent updates to Google's ranking algorithm, getting high quality Google reviews has never been more important to your physical therapy practice's marketing plan, especially if you're just starting out. Today, I'm going to be covering 3 ways to consistently get 5-star glowing Google reviews and why it's more important now than it ever was before. Before we get started, don't forget to hit the like button for me, subscribe to this channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of our weekly cash physical therapy practice marketing and sales tips and trainings. So Google reviews have always been important, but why are Google reviews more important today than they ever were before? For starters, the quality of your Google reviews accounts for 2 of the top ranking factors that Google uses when determining how your practice is going to rank amongst your competitors. The first ranking factor having to do with your Google reviews is the overall Google rating, which is the 6th most important ranking factor out of 20. This means that even if you have fewer reviews than your competitors, if your overall score is higher, you can easily outrank the competition. This is how many newer businesses are able to outrank the more veteran competitors that are in their area. Now, the second ranking factor that has to do with your Google reviews is having keywords that you want to rank for actually inside of the Google reviews. And that is the 9th most important ranking factor that Google looks at when determining your rank on local search engines. Google reviews that tell a story and use important keywords like physical therapy or the specific diagnosis that you're treating them for throughout the reviews are weighted much heavier, much higher than Google reviews that just say excellent service, highly recommend, 10 out of 10. Now, this is another blessing for newer businesses because even if you have fewer reviews, you can still outrank the competition by having higher quality, keyword-rich reviews. So let me share my screen and show you a few examples. So as you can see here, Foothill Sports and Rehab Plus have the exact same overall Google rating, but Foothill Sports is ranking higher even though it only has 29 reviews compared to Rehab Plus's 33. So in order to understand why Foothill Sports Medicine is outranking Rehab Plus despite having fewer reviews, we have to actually take a look at the reviews themselves. So when we go into these, we can see that right away there's more keyword-rich reviews on here talking about specific diagnoses or issues that people are most likely researching when they're looking for a physical therapist. We have keywords like physician's assistant that can help this pop up even more. On here, you can see that in a lot of these reviews that references physical therapist or physical therapy or therapist in all of these reviews, which are the primary keywords that Foothill Sports Medicine are likely trying to rank for. Compared to Rehab Plus, when we go in and take a look at their reviews, we can see that although they are telling a story, which definitely helps, they're using PT rather than physical therapy, which isn't going to help them rank better because most people aren't typing in PT when they're looking for a physical therapist. We can also see that despite all of these reviews, they don't say physical therapist or physical therapy in any of their top reviews, which is going to hurt them when it comes to ranking better on Google Maps and in search engines. Because of how high Google is now ranking Google reviews within their top ranking factors, it is more important now than ever to have not only a high volume of Google reviews, but make sure that they are high quality, keyword-rich reviews as well. If you only focus on quantity and not quality or vice versa, you'll be outranked by your competitors and miss out on many new patient opportunities. Now, to help you outrank the competition, I'm going to show you 3 strategies that got us ranked #1 on Google in one of the most competitive PT markets in the country. But first, I do want to share some stats that you must be aware of. This study by Bright Local revealed that about 82% of customers read reviews before they make a purchase decision, and 52% of 18 to 54-year-olds are always reading reviews. After reading a positive review, potential patients continue to visit the web pages, search for more reviews, contact the business, or visit the actual location. Another impressive statistic is that 76% of consumers trust online reviews just as much as they trust family and friend referrals, which certainly positively influences purchasing decisions. So if you've been pushing off making Google Review Collection a top priority for your physical therapy practice, it's time to start making it one. Now, without further ado, here are the top 3 Google review strategies that we use in our own cash physical therapy practice that got us 122 5-star reviews and ranked #1 on Google in one of the most competitive markets in the United States. Tip number 1 is to use QR codes and have them readily available throughout your practice. Most patients are genuine when they say they'll leave us a Google review, but let's be honest, a big percentage of them forget and never actually do. When we ask our patients for reviews, and we need to be making sure that we're asking every single patient for a review as soon as they reach any level of achievement or accomplishment or desired outcome. We want to make sure that we have a printed QR code readily available so patients can easily scan it on their phone and be taken directly to your Google review pop-up. We definitely do not want our patients to have to go through multiple steps or jump over hurdles to leave us a review, so make sure that you get a link that opens directly to your Google review pop-up. Now here's exactly how to go about getting that link. So the first thing we want to do is type in our practice name into Google. Once we're there, we find our Google Maps listing. We want to click on it. Then we want to click our Google reviews. And assuming that you've already claimed your business on Google My Business or Google Business Profile, we want to click this blue Get More Reviews button. And from here, we're going to get a nice link that we can just copy and paste and send to any of our patients and use to create our QR code, which is then going to open directly to your Google review pop-up window. Once we have our link, now we want to go to Google again and type in QR code generator. From here, we want to skip over the ads because we want a free option. I recommend using this one because it is affiliated with Bitly, which is a free service, and it works extremely well without any issues. Once we're here, just go to URL. We're going to paste in our URL, and we're going to automatically get a QR code generated. Now you could add a logo, but this is going to cost you an extra dollar amount, so I'd recommend just downloading this, adding it to an easy branded document, and then printing that document off. Once you have that printed, I recommend going over to Amazon and buying one of these acrylic slant back sign holders that make it easy for you to display your QR code throughout your clinic and make it easily accessible to all of your patients. Now for easy access, you can just go and click the links beneath this video directly to the QR code generator and the sign holder. Moving on to tip number 2, offer to write reviews on behalf of your patients. This is something that most practices don't think about, but this takes a lot of the burden off of your patients and gives you the opportunity to write your own glowing 5-star review. This was our secret to getting high-ranking Google reviews that allowed us to get ranked number 1 very quickly. But don't get me wrong, we are not posting these reviews for our patients. That would be unethical. Nor are we doing this for every single patient that comes through our door. What we're doing is writing a keyword-rich review recounting the patient's journey and transformation while working with us. We're only doing this and offering this for strategic patients with powerful stories that we want to showcase, that we know are going to inspire other patients and attract the exact types of people that we want to work with. And this allows us to do so without burdening our patients with taking the time to actually write out their full journey. What we'll do is basically tell them how much we appreciate their hard work and how dedicated they were to getting the outcome and how powerful their story is and how inspiring it's going to be for other potential patients going through the same issues that they were. We'll then ask them if it'd be alright if we wrote a review on their behalf where we'd write out their whole story, then email it over to them so that they can edit it and approve it before copying and pasting it into your Google review. This way they don't have to be bothered and it can be done in a couple of seconds. We've literally never had a patient say no to this. They're happy to help and they're thrilled that they don't even really have to think about it. Once written, email that review over to the patient so that they can review it and make sure that you provide a link that opens up directly to your Google pop-up so they can just copy and paste it in. Then tip number 3, to make it easy on yourself, build out an automated system to request Google reviews every quarter as well as after every 3rd or 4th visit. Inside of our practice, we have 2 primary automations that work exceptionally well. The first is a quarterly patient reactivation contest where they're entered to win a prize if they give us feedback. Inside of these campaigns, they are linked to a quality assurance form where they rank our practice and their experience with us out of 5. And everyone who chooses 5 is automatically directed to leave us a review. Everyone who ranks us 4 or less is automatically prompted to leave us feedback that gets emailed directly to the practice. This automation then continues to follow up with every single person who hasn't yet left us a review for up to 3 days. This campaign is amazing for boosting your review numbers as well as reactivating past patients. The second automated review system is a very simple email and text campaign simply asking for a review with a direct link to our Google review pop-up. And we typically send this after the 3rd or 4th visit if the patient hasn't already left us a review. Now this campaign will also check to see if these patients have already left a review, and for those who haven't quite yet, we'll follow up with them for just a few days to see if we can find a time where they're able to actually do so. Now, if you'd like these automated campaigns built out for you and a 30-day free trial of our HIPAA-compliant marketing tools, click the link beneath this video to get your free trial and get all these systems built out for you. And there you have it, 3 very simple strategies to consistently generate glowing Google reviews that we've been leveraging to get our practice ranked #1 in an extremely competitive physical therapy market. If you guys would like to learn more about how to climb the local Google ranks, check out this video where I break down 6 tips to increase your rankings practically overnight. And lastly, don't forget to hit that like button for me, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of our weekly trainings on physical therapy marketing and physical therapy sales.